Go back.
Yeah.
Exactly. So is the adjustment more on you to figure out maybe where you're, maybe things that you've done in the past work with him? Like, has that been maybe a bigger challenge in all of this?
No, I think it's both. I mean, I think I'm going to ask Matthew to do things that he hasn't done before, and try to challenge him in a way that, that I think can push him to get better. But then obviously I need to tailor things for him to make sure that, what he feels like he does well, that we're able to do as well. And he's been really receptive to that.
What are you maybe you asking him to do differently that you think he hasn't done before? Because I mean, your his offense,
Right.
4 or 5, depending on how you view how the 2015 season went.
Right.
What hasn't he seen before that you're asking him?
I think we'll just leave that out there and let you see if it looks any different.
You hear people talk about picking up the nuances of an offense. It'll take a long time. What's the biggest challenge to have you guys ready to hit the ground running on day one and being able to react to everything that comes at you?
Yeah, I think just that, is there's the fine line by how much we can do, and then where's the line that you cross over where it's too much, and it's just kind of mushy. We want to be very detailed with the things we're doing. We want to be able to react at full speed, make decisions at full speed, and the only way to do that is that they've done it over and over again, and that they know it, like the back of their hand. They know it really well, can make all the adjustments without thinking. So we need to get this offense to a point where they don't have to think, and they can just react. So, I got to find where that line is to be able to push them where we have enough stuff, but we have stuff that we can do really well.
In the offense, is there a progression of having things presented to you by an opponent on the field, and then you're constantly learning as you move forward in it?
Oh, there's always learning. Yeah, there's definitely always learning, and we're trying to teach. We're trying to correct each and every day. The guys have been really receptive, and they've been picking it up. But I mean, there's just so much to it, and you just have to make sure that you don't give them too much where you don't do anything well. And I think we're at a good place right now. I mean, I've done this long enough now where I've had the years where you have big jumps, but we need to be at full speed as quickly as we can.
Well, the game has changed a lot. Kyler Murray 10 years ago probably would have been the first one. It's changed a lot since you were the quarterback at Wisconsin, and just every concept of every kid that comes up. Yet, at least what we keep hearing, you took a tight end in the draft. It's going to be more fundamental run the ball, those type of things, or smash mouth for a better term. Why does it ever change, or why are you doing what looks like a little bit going against the grain of spread the field?
Yeah, I think the game has changed a lot, even since I've been in the NFL. 18, 19 years, I've seen it change. But it kind of is cyclical. It kind of always comes back, and I don't think necessarily there's any negative in pushing against the grain. Sometimes everybody starts doing one thing, and then they kind of all get good at either running it or defending it. And sometimes being the one that's different. Like go way back to. I remember in high school, you got some passing teams, and you play the team that runs the wing tee, and new rules, new teaching. Everybody has to learn. Yeah, everybody has to learn how to defend that. So we're just playing normal football, and but we want to be tough. We want to be hard nosed. We want to be able to we want to dictate the game. We still want to have good tempo about us. We still want to play quickly. There's a lot of great things that we can still do, but we also want to be multiple. I know if you ask defensive coordinators, if you just put one personnel on the field all day long, that it's easier for them than it is if you're moving around personnel, changing people on the field, what they have to defend, how they have to defend it, how they want to match up, and it makes it more challenging for them during the week. And so we want to be able to be as multiple as we can be and use all our personnel.
Yeah, it's not like you're always going to be in double tight ends.
Correct.
You're going to still
Correct.
spread the field at times.
Correct.
You still want to be able to go back to that base.
And you can do. I mean, you can spread the field with all of those personnels. You can get tighter formations with all of those personnels, and so we want to be able to do as much as we can with that.
When you first came into the league, there were it's like 15% as a coordinator. Teams ran the shotgun.
Right.
Now it's up over 70%.
Right.
You guys going to be? Well, I don't want to give away anything
Yep.
you're doing, but you be want to run out of a basic roll formation under the center with Stafford. And he has been,
Yeah.
if you look at his statistics, much more effective out of the gun. He grew up in them.
Right.
Than he has been under the center. Is that one of the challenges to be better in those base formations?
Yeah, I think we want to be able to, again, be multiple. So, I mean, we're going to be able to run the ball from under center. We're going to be able to run the ball from the gun. But we also want to pass from under center, and we want to be able to pass from the gun. And, again, whatever we do, whatever we're doing well, we do know that Matthew does like the gun. He likes to, there's a lot of great things about it. It creates immediate space, all those kind of things for the quarterback. But I think, again, we just want to be able to be multiple.
You mentioned just defenses adjusting to the way the NFL played. A lot of teams are adjusting to the Rams and the Chiefs and those high-octane offenses, trying to find faster, maybe smaller players. Is this a good time in the NFL to be a team that's trying to be that control team that can get the ball on the ground?
I believe in it. It's my background. All the way back to when I was playing at Wisconsin, we were a run-first team. Had great success at Minnesota, running the football. We went 6 wins, 8 wins, 10 wins, 12 wins, NFC Championship game. So we built it the right way there. Did the same thing in Seattle, built it the right way. And it is different for the opponent. If you're playing the Rams and the Chiefs and those teams week in and week out, they're defending the same thing. And all of a sudden you play us, you have. There's going to be different things to defend, and they have to decide how they want to do it. They're going to have to personnel it different. So it's, I think it, kind of gives you a little bit of a niche that way.
You talked about, wanting to run the football, be explosive in the pass game. Just curious your first impressions of carry on and maybe some of the skill positions you have at wide receiver.
Yeah, I like the group. I like really all the pieces that we've added. We got a really solid tight end room. There's good depth there. The wide receivers, we're not seeing our 2 best guys right now, because they're sitting out with with their rehab and working hard and doing great things there. But it also gives us the opportunity to look at the rest of the depth, and guys, Danny Amendola's in here and Brandon Powell's sticking out, doing a nice job. Chris Lacey. All these guys we're getting a chance to see them, and it gives them an opportunity to to show their skill set. Running backs are great. It's great to see carry on. Move him around, see the things that he can do, watch him read things in the run game. So there's some good skills that skilled players that we're able to look at this time.
Hey, Darrell, you talk about tailoring the offense to Stafford's strengths and time. When you look at Stafford, and I know you haven't been around that much, but what sticks out? What pops out to you in that extension?
Well, immediately is his arm. It's so effortless, so easy for him to to throw the football all over the yard. Any type of throw that we're asking him to make, he's got the arm strength to be able to do it. Obviously, he has enough equity in the league that he's been able to build up. He's got great experience, so he's seen a lot of things. Just some of the things we're able to talk about, we see eye to eye pretty quickly. He's been able to pick things up very quickly. And I'm just excited about working with him and just improving some of the little things that I'd like to improve, and then ask him to do a few things that he hasn't done a lot of.
So the people that see Darrell Bevell and see what Stafford did in years past automatically think, all right, it's run first, it's ball control, carry on Johnson first, Stafford second. What would your, response be to that?
Sure, that's fine. We'll let it, whatever they want to believe right now, but I think I said it way back. We're still, still in the phase right now where we're trying to find ourselves what we're going to be as an offense. Find who the guys are, how we're going to use them, what's going to best fit us. So we're throwing a lot at them right now, just to be able to see the skill sets of all the guys, how they react to things, how they read, how they react, what their experience levels are, and then of those things, what do they do really well? And then once they do that, we'll be able to kind of whittle it back down to some core concepts and be able to go to battle with some of those things.
You mentioned maybe asking Matthew to do some stuff he hasn't done as much in the past. Is that difficult at all for a guy going into his 11th season? Like, how tough is that to change?
It's probably a better question for him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask him. We're not going to ask him to do things that he doesn't do well. We want him to be able to do things that he does well, that he feels comfortable doing. But there might be some things that he can do well that he just hasn't done, so he's not comfortable with doing it quite yet. And I think those are the things that we want to push him on.
Along those same lines, is he a better athlete than maybe some people give him credit for being able to get out of the pocket and do some things and move around?
Well, I think you've seen that. You know, I mean, he has a little bit of. I mean, he's been good at moving out of the pocket, making plays, and those type of things. I mean, is he a 4-4 guy? No, he's definitely not that, and he's not going to be a runner. But being able to ask him to be great in the pocket, I think he can definitely do that.
How about a running back like C.J. Anderson with the young back, Terry, how does that complement an offense? Because it seems like C.J.'s got a unique skill set in the fact that you can kind of change it up and push the pile and have a guy carry out and break tackles. How do those two feed off, and how does that help you as a coordinator?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're just going to find out what they do best. I mean, I think we've seen CJ enough to know kind of what his what his skill set is, and what we'll be able to ask him to do. We're excited about him. He needs to make sure that he comes in, takes care of his business, and does the things that we're asking him to do. But he's going to fit in well. I mean, there's enough balls to go around. We're able to to use carry on in situations. There'll be great situations for CJ, and I don't think there's not going to be enough carries for those guys.
When you coach like Marshawn, you coach the AP, do you have like specific kind of traits that you like personally favor in a running back?
There probably is, but I mean, they've come in so many different. I mean, when you go all the way back to Amon Green, then we had Chester, then we had AP, then you had Marshawn, all different guys, and they all have different skill sets. But again, trying to bring out what they do best and give them the opportunity to do that.
No, it's really early, haven't had pads on yet, but maybe just a couple quick first impressions of TJ and maybe what you'll be able to do with him and maybe just the skill set he possesses.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think that that whole room, I think it's been a big upgrade, in all ways. So from Jesse to TJ to Logan to Mike Robb, it's a great group for us to be able to work with, kind of to sift through all those guys again, find out what they're doing well. But that's a talented group, and we're really excited about all those guys.
Is that going to allow you to be kind of versatile with the use of 12 personnel and some of the other stuff that you maybe do?
Yeah, I think it's going to give us the ability to do a lot of things. We'll still use our three wideouts as well, and we'll be able to all the personnel groups. I think you'll be able to see a lot of those. They give us some good flexibility.
Let's talk about how difficult it is to play tight end. How do you go about
Again, all rookies are. They're different. I've had rookies that came in and played right away, and then some have taken longer, and didn't quite make as big of an impact their first year. From what I've seen on tape from his college days, I think TJ is going to be able to pick it up. He's done a nice job of really applying himself in the classroom so far, picking things up out there on the field, and he's got the skill set to do a lot of different things. But we need to develop it and bring it out so that he has a chance to be successful, not overload him.
when he was coming out? All the analysts talked about how he was polished as a tight end prospect. Have you seen that in his game?
Yeah, there was a lot of things that we liked about him, yes. And there's things that he obviously still needs to work on, things that we can help him improve. But I like his attitude, I like his want to, I like, the effort, the energy that he's been putting it in since he's been here day one, and I can tell that it's important to him.